Hey, shalom, yeah, shalom, world, and brother Ezekiel,
Brother Chris.
and we're back at this on
Four.
part four, excuse me, on "Cursed be the man who trusted in man and make it his iron flesh." We left off, we finished up last week in Second Chronicles 13 by basically showing and prove how kings, of Israel was putting the Most High first before anything, before, as it says in the law, like, you should give praise and thanks even after you get done eating your food and things like that. Well, we know in the New Testament, we got to pray before we eat those things because we don't know, if they had put food that's been sacrificed on the idols and other things and stuff. But the fact that we're putting the Most High first and showing Him, giving Him glory for everything that we have, that's giving thanks and showing and prove that we love Him and we've shown obedience to Him. So we're just, we're giving these examples how we trusted the Most High than what man would say or follow what men would do when we have the instruction books here, because any man, any woman out here could change and twist any and everything according to the Most High's word and stuff because of, like I said, based off of emotions or based off people trying to follow you or get likes and things like that, and just want to set themselves up being kings and stuff, when we already explained through scriptures that the Most High, we don't have a king to set individuals up. The king ain't here, so we got the comforter, we got the word right here. That's all you need. That's the leader right here. Okay. So anywho, we're going to start back Second Chronicles chapter 14. We're going to read the whole chapter because there's a lot of stuff that we get in on that speaks on, especially with keeping the law. So let's go ahead and start there.
Second Chronicles chapter 14, and we read, And Abahah slept with his fathers, and they buried him in the city of David. And Asa his son reigned in his stead. In his days the land was quiet 10 years. And Asa did what was good and right in the eyes of the Most High. For he took away the altars and strange gods and high places, and break down the images and cut down the groves.
So as we know in the Torah, it tells us that, when Deuteronomy chapter 7, when it spoke on about the Canaanites, when we came into land, don't make no marriages with them, don't follow their ways and stuff, don't keep any of their things, all these different things when you come into war with them and so forth and so on, because of all the problems and all the things that they were doing were abominations according to the Most High. So Asa right here is doing what we were supposed to be doing. So he's keeping the law right here. He's showing the proof. He's broke down the idols, the altars, got rid of their gods, so forth and so on, any of their images and stuff. He got rid of them. So it's just showing the proof that he's keeping the law. Okay? So we're trying to show examples here that you're supposed to keep the law as well if you're going to call yourself some leader or a man with a man-made title. Okay? But go ahead, El.
Verse 4, And commanded Judah to seek the Most High of their fathers, and to do the law and the commandment.
See, so this king told specifically, this is why it says Judah, because obviously all the other tribes look up to Judah and stuff. Judah is that tribe. They're the enforcers of the law. That's why he was going after them specifically to tell them, to get stuff in order. Okay, as we see, we're supposed to keep these laws. So Asa is doing exactly what the Most High told him to do. Okay, but go ahead, though.
And he took away out of all the cities of Judah the high places and the images, and the kingdom was quiet before him.
So if you want peace, keep the law, statutes, and commandments. That's your whole life. This is your culture. This is how you serve your power, our power. Okay, whether you say Ahia, Yah, Yahuwah, Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahuwah, Yahweh. Okay. Like I said, I don't discriminate against the names as long as you talking about the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
So we good. All right, but go ahead, Elder.
Verse 6, And he built fenced cities in Judah, for the land had rest, and he had no war in those years, because the Most High had given him rest.
See, That's all you need to do. You just follow what the Most High said to do. He told you in Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14. All the blessings that you have. Ain't nobody going to mess with you. Ain't nobody going to do nothing to you. Okay? You have all these things that he says he'll give you your wants. Not needs. Wants. Okay? All you got to do is just trust in him. That's what he's looking for. But too many of our people trusting too much in the flesh. And that's the problem. But go ahead, Ellie.
Therefore, he said unto Judah, let us build these cities and make about them walls and towers and gates and bars, while the land is yet before us, because we have sought the Most High our power. We have sought him, and he hath given us rest on every side. So they built and prospered.
And with that being said, too, the battlements that they're talking about in here, when in the law, like when you have a home, you're supposed to put up, like things to protect your home and things like that. Gates and so forth and so on. Stuff that can prep you for if there is a war coming and things like this. This is what you're supposed to set up. Okay? And this is exactly what Asa was commanding everybody to do. It's the law. A lot of our people will know this because you're not reading the laws. Okay? But go ahead, Elder.
And Asa had an army of men that bare targets and spears, out of Judah 300,000, and out of Benjamin that bare shields and drew bows 280,000. And all these were mighty men of valor. And there came out against them Zerah the Ethiopian with a host of 1,000, and 300 chariots came unto Marishah. Then Asa went out against him, and they set the battle in array in the valley of Zaphtha at Marashah. And Asa cried unto the Most High's power and said,
What'd he do?
And Asa cried unto the Most High his power.
And Asa, king of Israel, called on the Most High when he saw this battle was coming. He didn't say, okay, man of valor, go, I set you up as captain, this, that, and the other. Go set yourselves up. Let's go to war. We're going to strategize on what we're going to do. He didn't do that. He put the Most High first. Just like what the Mashiach said, seek the kingdom first, and all these other things shall come on to you. Okay? Go ahead.
And he said, Father, it is nothing with thee to help, whether with many or with them that have no power. Help us, O Father, our power, for we rest on thee, and in thy name we go against the multitude, O Father. Thou art our power. Let not man prevail against thee.
You see this? That's Asa put his full trust, knowing that there's war coming and stuff. Put his full trust. And all the people trusted what Asa was doing because he believed in the Most High. And obviously the people saw 10 years of peace, and then all of a sudden this comes. He put his trust in the Most High completely. So he's letting you know, Abba, listen, I'm doing what you asked us to do.
Mm-hmm.
You got to keep your word. Remember, if you don't keep your word, then none of the other nations are going to believe you, and nobody's going to want to worship you and serve you. So that's a reminder to the heavenly Abba, But go ahead, Elder.
And that last word in there, he said thee. He made it personal. He made sure that the Most High knew that he's not fighting against us. They fighting against you.
Right. That's right.
In verse 12. So the Most High smote the Ethiopians before Asa and before Judah, and the Ethiopians fled. And Asa and the people that were with him pursued them unto Gerar. And the Ethiopians were overthrown, that they could not recover themselves, for they were destroyed before the Most High and before his host. And they carried away very much spoil.
So right here, showing the proof, the Most High will fight your battles for you. You just keep his law, statutes, and commandments. And here it is. You'll get spoils. Wants. Stuff that you want to have. Not a necessity, but wants. Just for obeying the Most High. And we know the ultimate one is eternal life, with our name written in the book of life. Like we said before in other lessons, immortality. But there's even more than just that. Okay? There's a lot more than just that. So, try to go hard. I'm trying to get them rewards. I don't know about y'all. But I am. And I'm reaping, not to boast, but, Most High knows that I know what he's been doing for me lately. So, and for Elder and everybody else, that's on here that's really following him. and you have peace. But go ahead, Elder.
We boasted in him.
Mm-hmm.
And they smote all the cities around about Gerar, for the fear of the Most High came upon them. And they spoiled all the cities, and there was exceeding spoil in them. They smote also the tents of camps of cattle, and carried away sheep, camel in abundance, and returned to Jerusalem.
So it's a repeat of what happened in Egypt. All these other nations playing around, thinking they're going to do something. When you got a nation of people who has a God, a living, true living God unto them with no images, backing them up and everything. They didn't take heed to what happened to the Egyptians. Nobody did. They think, nah, well, that was just the Egyptians. We may be different. Nah. Same thing gonna happen to you, and look what happened. Spoils. You lost not only jewels, money, and things like that. You lost your livestock, all these different things, your lands. So stop playing with us. Stop messing with us. But anywho, let's jump to that was 14.
Mm-hmm.
All right, chapter 15.
2 Chronicles, chapter 15 and verse 1. And the Spirit of the Most High came upon Azariah, the son of Obed, and he went out to meet Asa, and said unto him, Hear ye me, Asa, and all Judah and Benjamin. The Most High is with you, while you be with him. And if you seek him, he will be found of you. But if you forsake him, he will forsake you. Now, for a long season, Israel hath been without the true power, and without a teaching priest, and without law.
Without a teaching priest and without law. Once again, Levites. Okay? Not only a priest could teach, but also just regular Levites. They're the ministers, okay, which means the teachers. This is what's supposed to have been done. And the enforcers supposed to be Judah. In that order. Not everybody being the teacher and all this and that and the other. Stop that. No. Not saying that you can't help your brethren and things like that. And not trying to say, oh, because you ain't no Levite, you can't tell nothing. But in this order, this is how it should be done. Okay? But go ahead, Elder.
But when they in their trouble did turn unto the Most High, the power of Israel, and sought him, he was found with them. And in those times there was no peace to him that went out, nor to him that came in. But great vexations were upon all the inhabitants of the countries. And nation was destroyed of nation, and city of city. For the Most High did vex them with all adversity.
See, the Most High went out there and battled against them. He caused famines, everything amongst these other nations. Heck, he even turned them against each other and stuff. You know, they fighting against their own people, killing each other and things. And obviously, we can see that's going on today with our own people. Because you reject to turn back to the laws and you want to continue to follow what a man says because of how they look, three-piece suit, big congregation, camp, whatever. You know, that's what's going on. And this is why you ain't, prospering. You're not evolving. Okay? But go ahead, Elder.
And nation was destroyed of nation, and city of city. For the Most High did vex them with all adversity. Be ye strong, therefore, and let not your hands be weak, for your work shall be rewarded. And when Asa heard these words, and the prophecy of Obed the prophet, he took courage and put away the abominable idols out of all the land of Judah and Benjamin, and out of the cities which he had taken from Mount Ephraim, and renewed the altar of the Most High that was before the porch of the Father.
You see, now you got Asa having this prophet, even the fact that the Most High was still dealing with him before the prophet even came on to him and told him, like, yo, keep doing what you're doing, blah, 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 blah. Asa went out through the whole land and get rid of everything, even in the northern kingdom and stuff. So just showing and prove he didn't let the pride, knowing everybody know the Most High was dealing with Asa. Okay, they knew that the light was on him. Okay, not because he went to go win it. No, he prayed for it. He asked for these things, and this is what the Most High did for him. So, plain and simple, like the scripture says, if you're praying in secret, the Most High bless you openly. Okay, and this is exactly what's going on. So you should take heed to these examples, or to brothers or sisters out here who know they're keeping the law, statute, commandments, trying to help you or advise you, like, bro, you ain't doing that right. You know what I'm saying? Stop thinking high-minded and stop having pride and being proud and stuff when your own people try to help warn you about something or help edify you with certain things. Don't fight against them because you ain't fighting against them, literally. Those that are really keeping it, you fight against the Most High. So it's stuff you guys got to take into mind, into consideration when you're doing this walk. Okay? But continue, man.
Verse 9. He gathered all Judah and Benjamin and the strangers with them of Ephraim and Manasseh and out of Simeon, for they fell to him out of Israel in abundance, when they saw that the Mosai, his power, was with him. So they gathered themselves together at Jerusalem in the 3rd month, in the 15th year of the reign of Asa. And they offered unto the Mosai the same time of the spoil which they had brought 700 oxen and 7,000 sheep. And they entered into a covenant to seek the Mosai, the power of their father, with all their heart and with all their soul.
What law was that? That's Leviticus 19, verse 17 through 9. No, I'm sorry. Deuteronomy 7 and I think it was 6.
Right.
Wait, let me go look. Salakia, y'all. Hold on one second. What was the 2 greatest commandments? You know which chapter that was?
Top of my head.
I think it's 8 and 6. I might be mistaken. Salakia, y'all. Hold on one second.
So you get it right.
Yeah. So that should keep the Salakia, y'all. You're gonna get it. Hold on. You want to say something, Elder?
I was noticing as we were reading, and it kept saying that they would enjoy getting spoils. It is said it more than once in the same verse, which means that there was a lot for them to gather up. So it shows that when we obey and being obedient to what he says, he don't always give you enough. He gives you more than enough. It's always an abundance when you do what he say do. So I was noticing that when we were reading, it kept saying the same thing. He would repeat it. So he's making sure you understand that he can give you more than what you ask if you are obedient. And I remember you were saying that that he was blessing us and giving us the desires of our heart because we keep the commandments and laws and statutes. But that also spills over into our loved ones, as we saw in the book of Job. So they don't only go for us what he'll do, that'll go for our loved ones. Not saying that they will be saved, but they will reap the benefits of our honor to the Most High also. So that's something to keep in mind.
That's right. One moment. I'm having a brain fart.
But that's
oh my goodness.
Yeah, I see that.
It's like, yo. Matt 22. Alright. Let me find this real quick. We'll find it in the law, though.
Okay.
Matt 22. I know it's Deuteronomy, it's just I can't remember which exact chapter or verse. Oh, 6 and 5. Okay. Deuteronomy 6 and 5. I'm sorry, y'all. All right. If you want to get that over.
I got it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Deuteronomy 16:5 it says, "And thou shalt love thy power, the Father, thy power with all thine heart and with all thy soul and with all thy might."
So, as we see there, it shows and proves that what Asa was doing, he got everybody to do the same thing. So, as it says, and everybody, and they entered into the covenant or the promise to seek the Most High, Ahia of their fathers with all their heart and with all their soul. So that's just, just showing and prove like they're speaking the laws right here. So this is why, when I hear certain things in the scriptures, first thing that pops in my mind would be the law. Okay, that's how it's supposed to be in your whole life and how you're walking this walk for the Most High. You're supposed to know these laws. You're supposed to keep them in meditate on them day and night. Okay, but you continue on in verse
12. "And they entered into a covenant to seek the Most High, their power of their fathers with all their heart and with all their soul. And whosoever would not seek the Most High, the El of Israel, should go be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman."
Whether small or great, whether man or woman, they should be put to death. And this is exactly what's going to be happening when the Mashiach comes, because he ain't coming back with, we said, Bambi, butterflies, and rainbows and things. He's coming back with a sword. And he's going to take off first, who? Israel, 2/3. And the next is going to be who? The other nations. So if you ain't trying to seek him and his name's not written in you, I don't know what to say for y'all. That goes for me. Okay? Well, go ahead, Elder.
"And they swear unto the Most High with a loud voice, and with shouting, and with trumpets, and with cornets. And all Judah rejoice as the oath, for they had sworn with all their heart, and sought him with their whole desire. And he was found of them, and the Most High gave them rest round about." And also concerning Maashah, the mother of Asa the king, he removed her from being queen.
So right there, ain't no queens going on in Israel. Okay? So stop that. Ain't no queens going on in Israel. They were set up because these was wicked kings. These was wicked men and stuff. There wasn't supposed to be that. Heck, it wasn't supposed to be no king. Only king we had was the Most High. And as we read back in Samuel chapter 8, 1 Samuel chapter 8, that was the most displeasing thing, not only to the prophet, but also to the Most High. And he told him, they don't reject you, they rejected me. They rejected me to rule over you. But the elders at that time, you got wicked elders over 50 years old who claim, make us a king just like all the other nations out there. When we ain't supposed, according to the law, we ain't supposed to follow the other nations. We're not supposed to do the customs of them, as it says in the Torah. But go ahead, Elder.
Verse 16, also concerning Maashah, the mother of Asa the king, he removed her from being queen because she had made an idol in a grove. And Asa cut down her idol and stamped it and buried it at the brook Kidron.
Mm-hmm.
But the high places were not taken away out of Israel. Nevertheless, the heart of Asa was perfect all his days. And he brought into the house of the Most High the things that his father had dedicated, and that he himself had dedicated silver, gold, and vessels. And there was no more war unto the 35th year of the reign of Asa.
So Asa had peace. And he had everything you possibly could think of. Because he said his heart was perfect with the Most High. So all these excuses say, I ain't perfect. We're not all perfect and stuff. Stop using that as a crutch. You can be perfect. Even the Mashiach said, be ye perfect like your Father in heaven and sin no more. Okay? So right here, showing and prove, you can be perfect. But you just choose not to. You come up with every excuse there is because of the choices you make. You're the one causing your own demise and your own destruction and your own hell with the Most High. So, only finger you can point is at yourself. But anywho, that's it for that. Let's get to,
that was 2 Chronicles 15, entire chapter.
Yeah, 16 now. Entire chapter.
2 Chronicles 16.
Mm-hmm.
And verse 1. In the 36th year of the reign of Asa, Baasha, king of Israel, came up against Judah and built Ramah. 2. The intent that he might let none of it go out or come in to Asa, king of Judah. Then Asa brought out silver, gold, and gold out of the treasures of the house of the Most High and of the king's house, and sent to Benhadad, king of Syria, that dwelt in Damascus, saying, There is a league between me and thee, as there was between my father and thy father. Behold, I have sent thee silver and gold. Go, break thy league with Baasha, king of Israel, that he may depart from thee.
Now stop right there for a second. Now this whole time Asa was doing just fine. He didn't have to worry about nothing. He had his whole trust in the Most High. So now we see an example here that he didn't want to trust in the Most High no more. He trusted in gold and silver and man to go break their truth with the king of Israel, our own people. You went to a Gentile to break the truth when the Most High saved you from Gentiles and saved you from other wicked Israelites. So now we have an issue here. Well, let's see what the Most High is going to do.
Verse 4. And Benhadad hearkened unto King Asa and sent the captains of his armies against the cities of Israel. And they smote Ezion and Dan and Abelmaim and all the store cities of Naphtali. And it came to pass when Baasha heard it, that he left off building of Ramah and let his work cease. Then Asa, the king, took all Judah, and they carried away the stones of Ramah and the timber thereof wherewith Baasha was building, and he built therewith Geba and Mizpah. And at that time Hananiah the seer came to Asa king of Judah and said unto him, Because thou hast relied on the king of Syria, and not relied on the Most High thy power, therefore is the host of the king of Syria escaped out of thine hand.
So we had Assyrians being tributors. They were already working for us regardless. You didn't have to do anything. But now since you had made this pact with them and stuff, you let them go. You gave a gift. We know what the scripture says about giving gifts and things. Okay? This whole point right here is letting you know that one little mess up. This is what I was talking about. You got to really be walking on eggshells for the Most High. Literally. And a lot of times people don't want to do this. They just want to be like, the heck with it. They see it's too hard. They go back into the world, or they continue to follow what a man says and not actually perform it themselves. So they find some type of comfort of what people will say to them to make them feel, no, it's okay. You could do that. You don't have to do that. That's not what it means. And then here it is. You put your whole trust into this individual, and they're leading you straight to hell. So now we've shown the situation here. You had everything, and you did one thing to mess that up. So, but let's keep reading now.
Verse 8. Were not the Ethiopians and the Lubans are huge hosts with very many chariots and horsemen? Yet because thou didst rely on the Most High, he delivered them into thy hand. For the eyes of the Most High run to and fro throughout the whole earth, to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect towards him. Herein thou hast done foolishly. Therefore, from henceforth thou shalt have wars.
See, the Most High said his eyes go to and fro through the whole part of the earth, and he will show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart, the mind, is perfect towards him. So you got to make your mind perfect. And the only way of making it perfect is keeping the law, statute, and commandments. That's how the Mashiach was keeping it. Okay? Or to my Old Testament brothers and sisters, as we see throughout the Tanakh, you have plenty examples of men who kept the law, statute, and commandments, who was blessed, and they were buried, and they had a peaceful life because their mind was perfect with the Most High. So that's what we need to strive on. But if you're not, don't expect anything. Don't expect your prayers to be heard. More things are going to keep happening to you. And then you want to blame the whole world for things happening to you. But like I said, like I said in other lessons, first thing they want to point at and say the devil. They want to say Satan. Stop blaming Satan. Satan just doing what the Most High told him to do. That's what he created him for. All the hosts of heavens. There's demons, little devils and things all up in heaven and things like that. There's wicked spirits waiting for the Most High to say, point and go. Mm-hmm. And the first thing you want to do is blame them. Why are you blaming Satan? I dare you to blame the Most High, but you won't do that. So who else can you blame? Once again, self. Choices you make. Excuses. Go ahead, Elder.
Put on the whole armor.
That's right.
Verse 10. Then Asa was wrought with the seer and put him in a prison house.
So now you get mad at a brother, a prophet, who's explaining to you, hey, yo, I'm trying to help you repent. And here it is, you're going to throw me in the jail? Mm-hmm. And this is what a lot of y'all do. You prisoner the people, the flock of the Most High, due to any of your congregation, camps, whatever. You imprison these people because they're blind sheep. And you're playing off of their emotions and you're playing off of their gullibleness to the point that you're the Pied Piper. You're sitting there playing the flute and they're dancing to your tune. So now, here it is. We have an example here that a man sitting here telling the truth from the Most High, you don't want to hear it. You got to go. Get away from us. So this happens today. Nothing new under the sun. But go ahead.
Be aware that when you say prison, it doesn't have to be a literal place where you're locked up in a jail cell. It could be the prison of your mind. You can also put somebody in mind in prison by demeaning them, belittling them, having them doing things they're not supposed to be doing. So that also could go for your mind to be imprisoned.
That's right. Yep. Binding up the mind and stuff, and knowing the mind is binding up the soul, the spirit and stuff, because that's what you're allowing to be led on, and you're not allowing the Most High to lead you on. So you put yourself in curses. You bind yourself to those curses because that's what you choose. But total. Well, go ahead.
Verse 10, and Asa was wrought with the seer and put him in the prison house, for he was in a rage with him because of this thing. And Asa oppressed some of the people the same time.
Even the other people that agreed with the seer, he oppressed them. He threw them in prisons as well. I mean, dude,
that's the mind.
Man, seriously, this is what's going on. People following the flesh. That could turn wicked at any time. You responsible for yourself and what you listen to and what you observe, what you knowledge, what you experience in life. That's on you. So that's why I said we don't have no congregation. We don't do that because we ain't supposed to. We're supposed to be just giving a word on out here, going to homes, or I be out there street teaching and things, and people ask me where the building at. I don't have a building. I come to your crib or call me on the phone. I help teach you certain things or advise you in certain things if you need help with the scriptures, and keep it moving. That's what we're here for, but not to have some big congregation and stuff. Nah, it's not what the Mashiach told us to do. And like I said, Paul's writings does not overgo or uphold any authority over what the Mashiach said. And there's some things that's questioning in, some of Paul's writings. But like I said, that's for another lesson. But continue.
Verse 11, and behold, the acts of Asa, first and last, lo, they are written in the book of kings of Judah and Israel. And Asa, in the 39th year of his reign, was diseased in his feet, until the disease was exceeding great. Yet in his disease he sought not the Most High, but to the physicians.
So instead, he had another opportunity, and he still went to man first. So you went to the physicians, knowing that the Most High, if he showed you his power, and he saved you out of all these things, and yet here it is, you turn on to man again to save you up out of something that the Most High could save you, who has the power to do that, who's controlling them to do what he needs them to do and things like that. If he says he hardened Pharaoh's heart, what makes you think he can't do the same thing with these other nations? Or even with another Israelite? So here's your second opportunity. No, actually, third opportunity. 3 strikes you out. Here's your third opportunity. You had a disease in your feet. And all you had to do was turn on to the Most High to clear that up, to humble yourself. And what you do? You went to the physicians.
Man.
Once again, you following the flesh. Cursed be the man who put his trust in man, and who arm he make it flesh, and whose mind departs away from the Most High. That's what's going on here.
The mind is wicked above all. Who can know it?
Right, except the Most High, for he tries the reins of the heart and the mind.
Absolutely.
That's his job. I mean, we could get a little pinch of that, but the only way we know how to try spirits is, that gift comes on to you because you seeking the law, statute, and commandments, and you seeking the Most High. Like the Ruach HaKodesh says, she will make you friends with the Most High. She will make you kings. She would do these things. She would teach you dark sayings and stuff that nobody will show on to you, not flesh. But you ain't seeking after that. You ain't chasing after her. Okay? And the Most High even says, yo, here, chase after, basically, my lady here. Okay? No, it's not no doctrine that, that's his wife and they sexed up and boom, here comes Christ. No, I didn't say that because you guys will twist the heck out of that. But anyways, let's continue, Elder.
Verse 13, and Asa slept with his fathers and died in the 41st year of his reign. And they buried him in his own sepulchre, which he had made for himself in the city of David, and laid him in bed which was filled with sweet odors and diverse kinds of spices prepared by the apothecaries art, and they made a very great burning for him.
Now, mind you, a great burning from. Now, it says they buried him and stuff, but it also says they made a great burning for him. So, I don't know if maybe I might be misreading this. Maybe. I'm just saying. But if he got cremated here, that's not our culture. You're not supposed to get cremated. Okay? You're supposed to return back into the earth. That's where we came from. Okay? But, let's jump to 2 Chronicles chapter 17. The whole chapter, basically.
2 Chronicles chapter 17 and verse 1 reads, and Jehoshaphat, his son, reigned in his stead, and strengthened himself against Israel. And he placed forces in all the fenced cities of Judah, and set garrisons in the land of Judah, and in the cities of Ephraim, and Asa his father, which Asa his father had taken. And the Most High was with Jehoshaphat, because he walked in the first ways of his father David, and sought not after Balaam. But, yes?
Oh, no. Go ahead.
Verse 4, but sought to the Most High the power of his fathers, and walked in his commandments, and not after the doing of Israel.
Only in the 10 Commandments.
Okay? Therefore, the Most High established the kingdom in his hand, and all Judah brought to Jehoshaphat presents, which he had riches and honor in abundance.
So stop right there. So it says, but he sought the Most High Ahiah of his father, and walked in his commandments. I said the 10 Commandments. You know what I'm saying? I was being funny. Because, once again, it doesn't specify if it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It doesn't specify what commandments was he walking in. So when we hear in the New Testament, to my Christian, watchers and things like that, when Christ says keep the commandments, it's not just talking about the 10. Once again, I was not trying to be too funny, but Musa wasn't sitting on Mount Sinai for 40 days and 40 nights only write 10 commandments. No, he was writing the whole laws up there. Okay? So with that being said, he's keeping all the commandments. And this is what Jehoshaphat was doing. Okay? But go ahead, Elder.
Verse 6, and his heart was lifted up in the ways of the Most High. Moreover, he took away the high places and groves out of Judah. Also in the 3rd year of his reign, he sent to his princesses, even to Benhel, and Obadiah, and Zechariah, and Nathaniel, and to Micaiah, to teach in the cities of Judah.
So he sent Levites in there to teach in the cities of Judah. Okay? This is what we're talking about, the ministry. These are the laws. They're the law teachers, okay? The teachers of the laws. Judah is supposed to be the enforcer. And this is what a king is actually doing. He's following order. So when the Mashiach, Yeshua, Yeshua, Jesus Christ, to y'all that still say that, when he returns, this is the same order that's going to be set up. Okay? But go ahead, Elder.
Verse 8, and with them he sent Levites, even Shemaiah, and Nathaniel, and Zebediah, and Ashiel, and Shemiramoth, and Jonathan, and Adijah, and Tobijah, and Tob Adonijah, Levites, and with them Elishama and Joram, priests.
So he sent even the priests, because you got to if you're going to teach the laws, you got to have this order. Okay, so you got the princes going, which are Judites, okay, or whatever, and now you have the enforcers. Now you have the teachers of the law. Now you have the priests to show other Levites or whoever around how to do the order in the office, in the priest's office and stuff, according to the sacrifices, to the Kohens, the Miriams, the Goshens, what they're supposed to do when dealing with the tabernacle, the Ark of the Covenant, so forth and so on. These are the things that we have to do, okay, when you teach. All right? Well, go ahead, Elder.
Verse 9, and they taught Judah, and had the book of the law of the Most High with them, and went about throughout all the cities of Judah, and taught the people. And the fear of the Most High fell upon the kingdoms of the land that were round about Judah, so that they made no war against Jehoshaphat.
So right there, where we're living right now, if you're keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, the Most High is going to put fear in all these individuals' hearts, no matter what, because he's not going to allow them to touch you. This is a true calling on a test of your faith with the Most High. Are you going to go outside that? Are you going to go to all these other different things, these other different resources to get some comfort from? When the Most High says, here, I give you my laws, keep them, and I got you. Something you want to say, Elder?
Back that up. I noticed that when we're in the mall, and I'm talking about the Most High, and I'm giving his truth, and I'm not holding anything back, and I have history on my side, I notice that all the other nations are listening. They listen as if they're afraid of what's going to happen. I'm not speaking out of anger. I'm just speaking out of truth. But it's all in contrast to their holidays. It's all in contrast to them rewriting history. And they are actually quiet and listening and hoping nothing kick off.
Yep, that's absolutely right. Listen, if all Israel, if the Most High was dealing with all of Israel and gave us peace and all this and that and the other to the point we all came together and stuff, they don't want that noise. They do not want, they're already in fear of you already, just because of what you look like. Okay? So to have your power on your side too, to help, let you know, dude, that's even worse. So like what the elder says, man, they don't want that type of noise. Okay? But continue,
Verse 11. Also some of the Philistines brought Jehoshaphat presents and tribute silver, and Arabians brought him flocks, 7,700 rams, and 7,700 he-goats.
See? They don't want that drama. They don't want that problem. Okay? They became tributers. Yo, here's something. Just, won't mess with y'all. Hey, we see your power. Here, can you give this on? Here you guys go. Okay? So the Most High remembers us for what we did. Because they know the word what happened. Word got around about what Egypt did. And all these other nations that try to come against Israel. They ain't trying to have that problem. That headache. That heat. But go ahead, Elder.
And Jehoshaphat waxed great exceedingly, and he built in Judah castles and cities of store. Once again, I got to back up. It said Jehoshaphat waxed great exceedingly. They put two words in there to describe how great he became, not just one. So he was really built up.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 13. And he had much
business.
Oh boy. And he had much business in the cities of Judah, and the men of war, mighty men of valor, were in Jerusalem.
So he had much businesses. So, dude, like, you don't have, here's a point right here showing to prove that you don't have to buy from your enemies no more for keeping the law, statute, commandment. That curse isn't on you, where you have to buy water or buy clothes or your food or your automobiles and all this and that and the other and stuff. You ain't got to buy a dang thing from them. They'll be buying from you. That's how it's supposed to be. But you guys teach out here to reject the Most High's law, statute, commandments because you're afraid of people. You're afraid about what they're going to say. They're not going to follow you. You know? That's what you're afraid of. You're not going to be liked out here. It shouldn't matter. You should be worried about if the Most High loves you and likes you. That's what you should be worrying about. But go ahead, Elder.
Verse 14. These are the numbers of them according to the house of their fathers of Judah, the captains of 1,000, Abner, the chief, and with him mighty men of valor 300,000. And next to him was Jehonan, the captain, and with him 280,000. And next to him was Amasiah, the son of Zechariah, him who willingly offered himself unto the Most High, and with him 200,000 mighty men of valor. And of Benjamin, Eliadad, a mighty man of valor, and with him armed men with bow and shield 200,000. And next to him was Ahozadad, and with him 140,000 ready prepared for the war. These waited on the king, beside those whom the king put in the fenced cities throughout all Judah.
Look at that. These men literally made a vow, according to the law, to the Most High, and then gave themselves onto this king. Because the Most High allowed this to happen. He chose these men for Jehoshaphat because of the man he was. So, just as a matter of fact, probably Jehoshaphat wouldn't have had to fight no fights. All these men gave themselves up as loyalty. Not only to the Most High first, but also to Jehoshaphat, because the Most High set him up as being king. So he was a great man. This is how you get greatness, not by lies and man-made doctrines and stuff. You want greatness, if that's something you're seeking, the Most High will give it to you, but you got to get it the right way. And a lot of times you shouldn't even want to be seeking that. You should be seeking how to please the Most High, how not to hurt his feelings and things like that. That's what you should be seeking. And all other things, like I said, stuff you don't even pray for will come on to you. Like Elder was pointing out, great, exceedingly, in abundance. Things you couldn't even comprehend or even thought. And I know this for a fact because there's some times I broke down crying for the fact that some things I didn't even ask for. And it came on to me. And it doesn't be material things. It was just the fact that, like I said, rewards come through, or blessings come through people when they hear the word and stuff and they smiling and they just run up and give you a hug because of the truth that was put out and it did something for them. It changed their life. To me, that's a reward in itself. And I've said this before in other lessons and things. So I don't seek all those things. And trust me, the Most High gives me other things that I ain't even seek for. Okay? But was that it on that?
That was verse 17, the entire chapter.
Okay. Let's show and prove how the Most High showed his power and how even with Asa, before he turned, the Most High was showing his power that he had his back. And this is what's happening to these other nations if you just keep his law, statute, and commandments and be obedient. This will happen to these other nations. They little gods and idols and stuff, their system will fail completely. Okay? But let's jump to 1 Samuel. As a matter of fact, 1 Samuel chapter 5 and verse 1 through 12. Let's jump there. He was always saying they'll fight for you. He'll do anything they can. He will show his power completely onto these other nations and not just only onto you. But go ahead.
1 Samuel, the 5th chapter, and verse 1 says, And the Philistines took the ark of the Most High and brought it from Ebenezer unto Ashdod. When the Philistines took the ark of the Most High, brought it into the house of Dagon, and set it by Dagon.
So stop right there. So show and prove. This is what happens when we mess up. Mm-hmm. All the stuff happens. They come and spoil everything that you have. They take it. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's going to be vice versa from everything He allows us to do to them. They're going to do it to us, and even worse. Mm-hmm. So just showing and prove right here. One of the main things that was dealing with us since day one, or when we came out of the land of Egypt, was the Ark of the Covenant. This is how the high priest, would deal with the Most High on our behalf. Okay, and the work that was put into it by Judah and the tribe of Dan and stuff, who had the spirit on them to, create it and things like that. Okay, so now we have, as we see here, for disobeying, the Philistines came and took all this stuff. Okay, but go ahead, Elder.
And when they of Ashdod arose early on the morrow, behold, Dagon was fallen upon his face to the earth before the ark of the Most High. And they took Dagon and set him in his place again. And when they arose early on the morrow morning, behold, Dagon was fallen upon his face to the ground before the ark of the Most High. And the head of Dagon and both the palm of his hands were cut off upon the threshold. Only the stump of Dagon was left to him.
So the Most High right here, this is some to y'all who say spooky stuff. Not once but twice was this idol bowing down to the Ark of the Covenant to show you what's power, what's real power, and what's not. Then the head and the palms were cut off. Only a stump was left of their god Dagon. Okay? This should scare the heck out of you guys, but let's see what the Philistines do. Go ahead.
Therefore, neither the priest of Dagon nor any that come unto Dagon's house tread on the threshold of Dagon in Ashdod unto this day. But the hand of the Most High was heavy upon them of Ashdod, and he destroyed them and smote them with emerods, even Ashdod and the coast thereof. You want to describe what emerods are?
I really don't, because it's
hemorrhoids. He struck them with hemorrhoids.
Warts all in there. And their, all right, let's keep it a buck. In their buttocks, in their private areas and stuff. Look it up. You'll see what it is. It's
hemorrhoids.
It's nothing nice.
Nothing nice.
At all. So, I don't even know the pain that they were going through. I don't want to know. Okay? But go ahead, Elder.
Verse 7. And when the men of Ashdod saw it was so, they said, the ark of the Most High of Israel shall not abide with us, for his hand is sore upon us and upon Dagon our God.
So, hey, at least somebody's smart there. But go ahead.
They sent therefore and gathered all the lords of the Philistines unto them and said, what shall we do with the ark of the Most High of Israel? And they answered, let the ark of the house of the power of Israel be carried unto Gath. And they carried the ark of the Most High of Israel about thither.
Just thinking about this real quick. Just a quick little breakdown. You see how this ark, they want to get rid of it. Mm-hmm. They say we got to take it back. Look at the ark as being the children of Israel. If you but just keep the law, statute, and commandments, look what will happen to these other nations. That's all you got to do. Speak the truth. Whether it's Jews, I don't even like using that word. Whether it's Israelites or Gentiles, which are strangers, according to the Torah. Okay? You will have all this stuff come on to you, and all that stuff will come on to them. So as we see, if they're fighting against each other and stuff, and canceling out each other's, then give the Most High hand. But anyways, just show and prove. This is what we need to do. We'll proceed in life. We'll have great substances. We'll be peaceful, so forth and so on. We ain't got to worry about nothing. But go ahead.
And it was so that after they had carried it about, that the hand of the Most High was against the city with a very great destruction. And he smote the men of the city, both small and great, and they had emeralds in their secret parts.
Dang.
Therefore, they sent the ark. Excuse me. Therefore, they sent the ark of the Most High to Ekron. And it came to pass as the ark of the Most High came to Ekron, that the Ekronites cried out, saying, they have brought upon the house the ark of the, they have brought up the ark of the Most High of Israel to us to slay us. And
I'll let Elder get it out. I'm finished. No, you get it, Elder. Verse 11 says, so they sent and gathered together all the lords of the Philistines and said, send away the ark of the Most High of Israel and let it go again to his own place, that it slay us not and our people, for there was a deadly destruction throughout all the city. The hand of Ahiah was very heavy there, and the men that died not were smitten with emerods, and the cry of the city went up to heaven. Dude, that must have been painful that it says it reached the heavens. That whole city, the whole nation was crying out that hard that it even reached the heavens. I don't even know what the level of pain that was on. That was something else. But anyway, it's a lot, y'all. But it is funny, you know what I'm saying? But hey, Most High got humor and stuff, you know. So hey, let it go. But just show it and prove. But we're gonna finish this up. We got 2 more chapters and then we're done. All right, this is gonna be the finale. So so let's jump to 1 Samuel chapter 6. The whole chapter.
1 Samuel chapter 6. And the ark of the Most High was in the country of the Philistines 7 months. And the Philistine cried for the priests and the diviners, saying, what shall we do to the ark of the Most High? Tell us whether with we shall send it to his place. And they said, if we send away the ark of the Most High of Israel, send it not empty, but in any wise return him a trespass offering. Then he shall be healed, and it shall be known to you why his hand is not removed from you.
Wow! So even these diviners, of the Philistines, actually knew the law. They said, "Give a trespass offering. Don't send it empty. We need to get his hand away from us." So just show and prove. Look, the Gentiles know. I wonder how they found out. I wonder who taught them that. Was it maybe because they may have ran into a Levite that taught them the law, statute, and commandments? A specific Gentile a stranger that wanted to cleave on to the Most High? How did they find out this knowledge? Okay? You got to stop and think about these things. But go ahead, Elder.
Then said they, what shall be the trespass offering from which we shall return to him? They answered, 5 golden emerods and 5 golden mice, according to the number of the lords of the Philistines, and for 1 plague was on you all, and on your lords. Wherefore ye shall make images of your emerods, and images of your mice that mar the land, and ye shall give glory unto the Most High of Israel. Peradventure he will lighten his hand from off you, and from off your gods, and from off your land. I must speak on this. Everybody who's wearing a gold chain, guess what you're wearing? Hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids.
Mm.
You just read it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, just that's
A gold chain indicates your intestines.
Right, or even with the image or that they create with it too.
So you're wearing hemorrhoids around your neck. Don't even know it. Verse 6. Wherefore, then do ye harden your hearts as the Egyptians and Pharaoh hardened their hearts, when he had wrought wonderfully among them. Did they not let the people go, and they departed? Now therefore make a new cart, and take 2 milch kine, on which there hath come no yoke, and tie the kine to the cart, and bring their calves home from them. And take the ark of the Most High, and lay it upon the cart, and put the jewels of the gold, which ye have returned him for a trespass offering, in the coffer by the side thereof, and send it away that it may go. And see, if it goeth by the way of his own coast to Bethshemesh, then he has done us this great evil. But if not, then we shall know that it is not his hand that smote us. It was a chance that it happened to us.
Yeah, like I said, they, luck. They dealing with luck and
coincidence.
Stuff. Right. Karma. But go ahead.
And the men did so, and took 2 milch kine, and tied them to the cart, and shut up the calves at home. And they laid the ark of the covenant of the Most High upon the cart, and the coffer with the mice of the gold of the images of their emerods. And the kine took the straight way to the way of Bethshemesh, and went along the highway, lowing as they went, and turned not aside to the right hand or to the left. And the lords of the Philistines went after them unto the border of Bethshemesh. And they of Bethshemesh were reaping their wheat harvest in the valley, and they lifted up their eyes, and they saw the ark, and rejoiced to see it. And the cart came into the field of Joshua and Bethshemites and the Bethshemites, and stood there where there was a great stone. And they clave the wood of the cart, and offered a kind of burnt offering unto the Most High. And the Levites took down the ark of the Most High.
No, anybody.
And the Levites took down the ark of the Most High.
And the Levites. So who could bear the ark? Only the Kohens, a specific Levites. They're the only ones that can bear it up and stuff. Nobody else can touch it. If you touch it, you're dead. Okay, but go ahead.
And the coffer that was with it, wherein the jewels of gold were, and put them in the great stone. And the men of the Bethshemesh offered the burnt offering and sacrifices the same day unto the Most High. And when the 5 lords of the Philistine had seen it, they returned to Ekron in the same day. And these are the golden emeralds of the Philistines, returned for a trespass offering to the Most High, for Ashdod 1, for Gaza 1, for Ashkelon 1, for Gath 1, for Ekron 1.
Dang, all these cities, the Philistines that was hit with the emeralds. Anyway, go ahead.
And the golden mice, according to the number of all the cities of Philistine, belonging to the 5 lords, both of fenced cities and of country villages, even to the great stone of Abel, whereon they set down the ark of the Most High, which stone remaineth unto this day in the field of Joshua the Bishemite. And he smote the men of Bethshemesh, because they had looked upon the ark of the Most High. Even he smote the people 50,000, 70 men. The people lamented, because the Most High had smitten many of the great with a great slaughter. And the men of Bethshemesh said, who is able to stand before this holy power? And to whom shall we go up from us? And they sent messengers unto the inhabitants of Getherath Jearim, saying, the Philistines have brought again the ark of the Most High. Come ye down and fetch it up to you.
So, it's showing the proof. Now, mind you, you had animals leading this all the way back, going back into Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Just think about it. Where we're going to finish up reading here in Isaiah 1, it's just showing and prove, like, you have animals who know where their master is. They know how to get back home. Mm-hmm. But Israel don't. Mm-hmm. So look at yourself as being the Ark of the Covenant, coming back home and stuff. Those animals was leading you back home. Okay? That's what the Most High is asking you to come back to. Ain't nobody going to touch you. They're not going to do anything to you. He'll keep you safe. Okay? So all the land that this had to go, hey, anybody, as it says, they looked into the ark, they were touching it, the Most High killed them and stuff. So, hey, show this as a symbol, showing to prove. If you turn back onto the Most High, He won't let nothing happen to you. Anybody that's try to come kill you, they gonna get killed. Okay? They try to rob you, they gonna end up getting robbed, and the spoils will come to you. Okay, whatever the case may be, or you're working a job and they're treating you bogus and stuff. You cry unto the Most High, guess what? They're gonna flip the whole script. He's gonna flip the whole script on that place, and you may not be working there. Don't get mad. The Most High was just setting you up for a better place to work or to get income. Okay,
that's right.
Last chapter, Isaiah chapter 1, and that's it. The whole chapter. And then we're going to end it there. Isaiah chapter 1, the whole chapter. All right,
Isaiah, the first chapter, verse 1 says, the vision of Isaiah the son of Amos, which he saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, kings of Judah. Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Most High has spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. The ox knoweth his owner, the ass his master's crib, but Israel does not know. My people does not consider.
See what I was saying right there? Don't even know how to get home. Because you continue to allow men and women lead you away from the Most High. Man-made doctrines. Mark chapter 7 verse 6. As Isaiah prophesied against you hypocrites. You know, you have basically turned the mind. You honor me with your lips, but your heart is far from me. Okay? So it's just lip service. You ain't about that life. Okay? But go ahead, Elder.
Christianity, Islam, Jehovah's Witness, Scientology. That's how we've been led astray.
Religion. Period. The Bible is a culture. This is our way of living. Okay? That's their way of living, not ours.
That's right.
Go ahead, Elder.
Verse 4. A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters.
Children that are corrupters, even the children. Because they was doing little wicked stuff because of what their parents is doing. It's a general curse until one of y'all stand up and break that. Or say, no, I'm not finna follow that. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay? But as we see, it's iniquity all up in Israel. It's going on today. Still. But go ahead, Elder.
They have forsaken the Father. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel into anger. They are gone away backward. Why shall you be stricken any more? Will you revolt more and more? The whole head is sick, and the whole heart faint.
And he's saying, you've been stricken. You've been whipped, chastised so many times. You just love being chastised. You're not going to turn. So what else more can you do with a child that's not going to be obedient? Let them go. It tells you in the Torah that children, they don't want to obey you. Then you take it to the elders. They don't want to obey the elders and stuff. Fine, take it to the judge. Take them to a cliff and toss them off. Put them to death. Dig a hole, put their little souls in there, bury it, and have their head or half their body sticking out, and all Israel takes stones and starts stoning them. That's what's going to happen when the Most High brings the Mashiach back. He's not playing around here. Okay? This is something you better take very serious of your whole existence on this earth. Plain and simple. But go ahead, Elder.
From the sole of the feet even unto the head, there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores. They have not been clothed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment.
Read this one more time, Elder.
From the sole of the feet even unto the head, there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores. They have not been clothed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment.
You know what this means to me when I hear the excuses from our people? Oh, we all been brainwashed. We all been hurt. We all been this, that, and the other and stuff. And using that as a crutch not to break out of that. You don't want to be healed. That's the problem. Every time somebody tries to help you or edify you with certain things because they actually love you, you don't want to accept it. Because it's probably not coming from a certain individual. It's coming from somebody who you deem as an enemy. So you never will be healed. You're never going to be, turned from your hurts and your wounds and so forth and so on. Because you reject it. And not even knowing that that's Most High is sending that individual to help you. That's the problem. Because you're so hurt and so wounded, you won't trust nobody. So that hit home with me on that one. But continue, Elder.
Verse 7, your country is desolate, your cities are burnt with fire, your land, strangers devour it in your presence. And it is desolate as overthrown by strangers.
Take that in consideration as symbolizing your body, your whole temple. Your mind is desolate. They're burning it down. They're brainwashing. They're doing whatever they want. All these other nations and stuff. Like I did the lesson. Don't follow the other nations. This is exactly what they're doing. They're tearing down this that tears down everything else in the whole nation so your name be cut off from being a people. But go ahead, Elder.
And the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage in the vineyard, as a lodge in a garden of cucumbers at the besieged city. Except the Most High of hosts had left us unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah.
A small remnant of righteousness still left in what was going on, worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. But go ahead.
Hear the word of the Most High, you rulers of Sodom, and give ear unto the law of our power. Ye people of Gomorrah, to what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me, said the Father? I am full of the burnt offerings of rams and the fat of fed beasts, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks or in lambs or of he-goats. When he come to appear before me, who hath required this at your hand to tread my course? Bring no more your vain oblations. Your incense is an abomination unto me. The new moons and the Sabbath, the calling of assemblies, I cannot away with. It is iniquity, even a solemn meeting.
Man.
Your new moons and your appointed feasts, my soul's hated.
Guess what? And that's what's going on today. All you guys doing Passover and things like that, doing hat tricks on stage and all this singing and dancing and all this other stuff. You ain't remembering why the Most High created this. You ain't remembering what's the importance of having the holy feast days and stuff. You ask anybody in any of them so-called camps or congregations or churches, they can't even tell you why the Passover is. Well, God commanded us to do this. But why? What's the reason behind it? Break it down. It's because the Most High showed his power to another nation of people who believed in other gods and idols and things like that and brought us up out of there with a strong arm and a mighty hand. That's the real reason. But you guys don't take into consideration of this. You eat the lamb like it's just, oh yeah, man, I'm about to tear this lamb up. And not even understanding why that lamb is there for. What's the purpose of that? Is to keep your wicked behinds at the time safe from the angel of death coming down. This is why me and other individuals out here are so irritated with what's going on in Israel today. Because you made it into a whole celebration of men, not of the Most High. And once again, if you were having Passover, guess what? That Passover at that place you're at, you're supposed to spend the night there. You're not even supposed to leave the building. Did you guys get a lamb that's firstborn male without spot and blemish? Did you put it underneath the dam for 8 days for the purification and stuff? Did you make sure that you didn't break any of the bones when you sacrificed it? Did you get the earthly pot to pour the blood in and stuff? Did you take the hyssop plants and still mark the doorpost of the place you were in? Did you still perform these things? Or we need the priest. No, you don't. You didn't need no priest. That was even before the priests were even set up. But are you doing these things? And then when you got done with the lamb, did you burn it? Nah, y'all weren't thinking about that. Y'all was looking to see how good you look and stuff with your garments and things on. And, it's good to see you. I'm finna hook up with the sisters and woo, this and that and the other. You ain't take one consideration of thinking about what the Most High did for us. Or, for y'all who do believe in Mashiach, which I do, why he was put on this earth in the first place. This is why the Most High is saying this through Isaiah. I don't even care about your stuff no more. Not even my silent feast days that you guys think you're keeping, your new moons, the Sabbaths and things that you keeping. I don't care about that stuff because it's vain. It's not about me. And this is why the Most High is pissed with us. This is why he's a jealous power. Because you're giving this all to a man. But, whatever. But continue, Elder.
Verse 14, your new moons and your appointed feasts my soul hated. They are a trouble unto me. I am weary to bear them. And when ye spread forth your hand, I will hide my eye from you. Yes, when you make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood. Wash you.
Your hands is full of blood. This is what I was telling about. You guys, you so-called leaders in these camps, and I'm always going to say this until you guys change. You got so much blood on your hands because you're murdering everybody with your damn man-made doctrines and stuff that you learned back from Abba Bibbins when the time of One West was created and stuff. You carried that all the way down to give loyalty to a man, not giving it to the Most High, and showing and prove that you're not even teaching the people the law, statute, and commandments. You're not teaching the full Torah. You guys are murderers, literally. You're murdering our people out here. But you guys don't take consideration for that because you worry about social media status. But go ahead, Elder.
Wash you, make you clean. Put away the evil of your doing from before mine eyes. Cease to do evil. Learn to do well. Seek judgment. Relieve the oppressed. Judge the fatherless. Plead for the widow. Come now, let us reason together, said the Most High. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Though they be red as like crimson, they shall be as wool.
He's giving you the opportunity to turn from all this stuff and he'll wash this all clean in a snap of a finger. But you still don't want to. You're playing with his time, his grace, his mercy that you have on this earth. If he was to end it now, how's your soul looking with the Most High? You need to stop and think about these things, but go ahead, Elder.
If ye willing and obedient, ye shall eat the good of the land. But if you refuse and rebel, ye shall be devoured with the sword. For the mouth of the Most High hath spoken it. How is the faithful city become an harlot? It was full of judgment, righteous lodged in it, but now murderers.
See? Our whole nation became nothing but harlots. You're going off dealing with all this other stuff, these scholars and all this and that and the other. All these other books you mastered and things like that, but you didn't even master the Torah. Like I said in many lessons over and over again. You can master about all these different things, about Scientology, about the Book of the Dead, about whatever is out here, complete works of Josephus. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but you've mastered all these things and you can't even teach your own children how to keep yourself clean when you touch a dead body. Or if you squish a bug with your hand and stuff, that you're unclean, you need to wash yourself and you'll be unclean until the evening. All these little things you don't even know that literally is saving it's saving your life, and it's giving glory to the Most High because this is showing that you're being an obedient child of Him. You don't know these things because you won't teach them. You're too busy trying to debate the whole world when the whole world doesn't even give a dang about what we're following, what we're walking in, the power we're serving. Because they see themselves as gods. That's why. But go ahead, Elder.
Thy silver is become dross, thy wine mixed with water. The princesses are rebellious, and companions of thieves. Everyone loveth gifts, and followeth after rewards. They judge not the fatherless, neither doth the call of the widow come unto them. Therefore said the Most High of hosts, the mighty one of Israel, I will cease me of mine adversaries, and avenge me of mine enemies. And I will turn my hand upon thee, and purely purge away thy dross, and take away all thy sin. And I will restore thy judges as at the first, and thy counselors as at the beginning. Afterward thou shalt be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city. Zion shall be redeemed with judgment, and her converts with righteousness. And the destruction of the transgressors and of the sinners shall be together, and they that forsake me shall be consumed. For they shall be ashamed of the oaths which ye have desired, and ye shall be confounded for the garden that ye have chosen. For ye shall be as an oak whose leaf fadeth, and as a garden that hath no water. And the strong shall be as tow, and the maker of as a spark, and they shall both burn together, and none shall quench them.
So, pretty much this is it on this lesson of cursed be the man who put his trust in man and make it his arm flesh, and who heart or mind departs away from the Most High. As we gave an example here throughout the scriptures. I didn't need no other books to show and prove this. Okay? You have lifelong lessons throughout your whole life showing and prove examples why things is happening to us on a regular basis. And why you keep putting your trust in these things. You don't even, like we said in the earlier part of the lesson, you're not even trying these spirit. You're not even trying the spirit. You're not trying these individuals to see if they're really being a true follower and true obedient son of the Most High. So you're creating your own hell, and you're going to have your own destruction and stuff. You're going to be following right along with them into hell and all this other things with all these other wicked Israelites and these other nations out here. All in one. Because you refuse to put the Most High first before anything on this earth. So, anywho, Most High will come back next week with a new lesson. I don't know what it'll be. Maybe choices and excuses like I said I would, or finally get on the men of Israel and then get on the sisters, and get these lessons on out there and other lessons dealing with polygyny and so forth and so on. So anywho, hope you guys got some jewels from that, some knowledge, some wisdom and understanding. And, be the Most High's will. We'll come back again next week and give you another lesson and help advise you in your walk and things like that. So, anywho, I'm Brother Ezekiel.
I'm Brother Chris.
And we're saying Shalom, Yashala, and World.
Shalom, World.